China versus USA on tariffs update. What do Trump's 145% tariffs on China mean, and who will be affected? As China and the US both lash out with 125%. President Donald Trump's tariffs on Chinese imports are even higher than the 125% rate initially announced. As the White House confirmed Thursday, there's now a 145% tariff on many goods from China, and higher in some cases. Trump announced Wednesday he was imposing a 125% tariff on Chinese imports in response to Beijing retaliating against his tariffs, after previously ratcheting up his tariffs on the country to 104%. In an executive order published Thursday that codified that tariff increase, the White House said it was modifying previous executive orders on China to impose the 125% tariff rate. That 125% tariff rate refers to this most recent round of tariffs, rather than the tariff rate on Chinese goods overall, the White House confirmed Thursday, meaning that number does not include other tariffs that have previously been levied on China, most notably a 20% tariff that Trump levied because of China's role in the fentanyl crisis. That means a combined 145% tariff is now in place for many goods from China, though Trump's more recent 125% tariff rate exempts some categories of imports, like copper, pharmaceuticals, semiconductors, lumber articles, certain critical minerals, and energy products. The rate is even higher than 145% in some cases, as the White House confirmed to Forbes that other tariffs on China that Trump imposed during his first term also remain in place, such as those on electronics, furniture, machinery, and plastics, which range between 7.5% to 25%. While the stock market rallied Wednesday after Trump paused broader tariffs on foreign imports, registering historic gains, stocks have fallen Thursday amid the continued uncertainty over Trump's trade war and tariffs on China, with the Dow Jones Industrial Average dropping by nearly 1,500 points as of 12 p.m. EDT, which CNBC notes wipes out half the gains it made Wednesday. China imposed 84% retaliatory tariffs on US imports on Wednesday, after the 104% additional rate took effect. That was before Trump hiked his tariffs up higher to 125%, plus existing tariffs, however, and it's unclear if Beijing could further raise its tariffs on the US in response. In addition to the tariffs on Chinese imports, the Trump administration has also kept in place a baseline 10% tariff on most foreign imports, even as it paused higher tariffs on many countries' goods for 90 days while the White House negotiates with other countries. Tariffs also remain in place on goods from Canada and Mexico, as Trump has imposed tariffs of up to 25% on a range of goods from those countries that are not exempted under the US-Mexico-Canada agreement. Canada and Mexico are not subject to the blanket 10% rate Trump imposed Wednesday. Xi Jinping's first reaction as Donald Trump slaps 145% tariffs on China. Chinese President Xi Jinping on Friday urged the European Union to join Beijing in resisting unilateral bullying, state media Xinhua reported. The Chinese president's remarks come amid the trade war between China and the United States, as President Donald Trump imposed 145% tariffs on Chinese goods. Donald Trump's tariff on China. Donald Trump has ratcheted up a trade war with China after he hiked the tariff on Chinese imports to 145%. Since taking office in January, Trump has now raised the tariff on Chinese goods 5 times. The first 2 hikes of 10% each were met with what analysts described as a measured response from China that left the door open for talks. But after Trump announced an additional 34% duty on Chinese goods last week, along with tariffs on other countries in his Liberation Day, China matched that with a 34% tariff on imports from the US. China again responded by raising the tariff on American products by the same amount, bringing its total rate to 84%. Then Trump upped the American tariff to 125%. Later, the White House clarified that the tariffs on China also include a 20% levy put into place earlier this year over Beijing's alleged role in fentanyl trafficking. Read more news like this on HindustanTimes.com. Chinese President Xi Jinping on Friday urged the European Union to join Beijing in resisting unilateral bullying, state media Xinhua reported. The Chinese president's remarks come amid the trade war between China and the United States, as President Donald Trump imposed 145% tariffs on Chinese goods.